Hello, I'm Sean Woolley. I'm Managing Director of Cloud9 Spain, and I am hosting this latest episode of the LPA Podcast. With me, I have such a fantastic panel of guests today. Honestly, I'm overwhelmed, kind of. Javier Nieto, who's the founder and CEO of Pure Living Properties. We have Gonzalo here, who's the General Manager of the Puente Romano Hotel and Resort, and Roger Widén, who's the Partner and Head of Sales at Homerun Brokers. So, wow, what a load of experience and knowledge in one place, not me included, of course. We're going to be talking today about Marbella. Why Marbella? Why it's become such a popular destination, not only for holidaymakers, but also for people who are looking to invest here, buy a home, whether it's a permanent home or a semi-permanent home. And we're just going to be talking about why that's happened, why it's become so popular, how it's changed maybe since COVID and since the financial crisis, and also get our thoughts on where we're heading with this. You know, we're all involved in hospitality, real estate, so it's integral really in everything we do. So let's get a handle on where it's all heading. So let's start with, first of all, just mentioning you guys, because we have quite a mixture. You're from Sweden, Roger.
Correct.
And you've lived here for how many years in Marbella?
So, my journey, I've lived and worked with real estate full-time in 2011. But before that, I was in and out from 2006 to 11.
Okay.
So my journey, I think, is kind of similar as many of our clients.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a plan to move here, fell in love with it, and I was working remotely in 2008, 9, 10, from Marbella towards Sweden. And I thought, everyone's going to want to do this in the future.
So that was, So you were called to real estate, really, weren't you?
Exactly.
Gonzalo, what about you? You're from Madrid, aren't you?
I'm from Madrid.
What are you doing in this crazy place now?
But I'm a hotelier, right? So it's like a globetrotter, no? I worked in Spain, I worked in Italy, in Mexico, in Germany, in Dubai for 12 years. Wow. And then I found Puente Romano, no?
So when did that happen? When did you get involved?
3 years ago.
Okay.
I came from Ibiza. I was opening a hotel in Ibiza, Success Ibiza, and then I moved to Puente Romano.
Wow, so you've seen a huge expansion of Puente Romano and what's been happening in the last 3 years, haven't you?
I came on the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Javier? You're a Marbella born and bred?
Yeah, well, I was born here, one of the little ones, I will say, because all the other generations.
Have you got a statue yet in Marbella? No.
Trying to get that one. Not yet. Well, I have to say that my father and mother moved here like 65 years ago, and I was born here with 2 other brothers. And from my generation, I will say that we are the first generation from actually Marbella born. So yeah, I was born here, very happy. I think Marbella is one of the best places in the world. We've been traveling a lot, and I always come back to Marbella saying this is a paradise.
You're heavily invested here because your wife has businesses here. You have obviously the real estate business, so you've got a lot of things going on here.
Yeah, we started with our business 16 years ago with this office. Before I was also related to the real estate business. And my wife, which is unbelievable, she have like 5 restaurants, beauty salons, 180 people working for her.
Really?
Yeah, so maybe she should be here.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll get her. So we're all in Marbella for a reason, I guess different reasons. I moved here. When did I move here? 2001. So 24 years. Oh my God, 24 years ago. And I came here to escape the UK. I had a little business which I sold, and I moved over here at the time when properties were still very cheap, and I thought I'd semi-retired, which was crazy, really, because I didn't have anywhere near enough money and had far too much time on my hands. But I came to Marbella to escape the life in the UK. And I find that Marbella is a bit of a playground, isn't it? There's a lot of things that you can do here. You can reinvent yourself here. Why are you guys here? What's the draw of Marbella? What is it about this place that brought you here?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't plan to move here. I came for 6 months, and now it's been quite a few years in a way. But I believe the reasons to be in Marbella are as many as there are people that decide to move here. But I would say the short answer is the quality of life that we can enjoy here, whether we are a family raising kids and want to make sure that they are going to the best schools, have the best healthcare, safety, or we are enjoying the nightlife and the best restaurants. We have it all here. And I think me coming from Sweden, where it's this time of year, what time is it now? Well, it's kind of getting dark already. So it's, to me, January, February are the best months. Yes, you can dress for weather, but the light, the light, I drive home and about the sunset, I can play with my kids outside on the lawn, a January, Saturday morning. That quality of life is so hard to find anywhere else, in combination with great education, great healthcare, safety. There are so many reasons where I find it's just one of the best places I can figure out where I want to raise my kids.
Fantastic. Javier, I'm going to come to you at the end because you're going to be biased. Gonzalo, when you were given the opportunity to come to Marbella and manage the Puente Romano, did you think, oh no, not Marbella? Or were you excited?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I've been so lucky that managing top luxury hotels around the world. And when the opportunity came of Puente Romano, I didn't doubt it. I mean, I love Marbella. I've been in Marbella before. I knew Puente Romano and everything that could be done. So for me, it was a winner. And for my family as well. I mean, they love it here. I mean, I bought the property within my first 6 months of being here.
Not for many of us, though, no?
No.
Almost. And what do you think it is about Marbella that attracts so many people from so many different places? Is there something that you can define that you think, that's Marbella?
It's incredible. I see guests that stay in a hotel. I mean, they can be from Norway and from Sweden, and then you have a relationship and friendship with them. And then you see them 2 months later in one of the restaurants and say, I see you in the list of guests. Where are you? No, I just bought the property. And it happens again and again and again. People come here, they come for a congress.
Yeah.
We recently had the annual congress of the leading hotels of the world, so best hoteliers and owners of hotels, independent hotels around the world. They come in November, and that I know, 4 they have already bought properties here. So it's they are attracted by the light, by the life that we have there. It's not only Puente Romano, it's the whole Marbella what attracts people. It's really incredible.
Javier, obviously you're Marbella born and raised, so you're going to be a little bit biased on this, but what do you identify as the key selling points of Marbella?
Well, basically, I think if we compare to other locations, we do have a perfect weather almost all year round. So it doesn't matter if you come here January, February, April, September, October, you almost have guaranteed good weather. If we compare ourselves to the south of France or to other regions of Europe, you just get the season is so small. So here you can come here and you can join Marbella for the whole year, which is what really attract people. I mean, yesterday I had a chat with a friend of mine living in London, and he's like, can't believe I'm at the beach here. I'm in shorts, yeah. And if you go back home, it's gray, raining, cold. If you get that, you get an excellent quality of food. Lifestyle. I mean, I can imagine myself living in London, in Madrid, and if I want to play tennis or golf, it will take me an hour to get to the tennis club or to the golf. Here it takes me literally 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I have guaranteed the good weather, sun. So what part of Europe can compete with us?
Well, we're going to come on to that. The way I look at Marbella is whenever I go back to the UK, and I come from a lovely part of England called the Wirral. There it is, it's lovely, near Liverpool. And whenever I go back, I feel a bit grey and a bit miserable. And everyone's kind of, they work until they're 65, and then they retire, and then they do the garden, and then they go to a nursing home, and then they die. And that's life. And
It sounds exciting.
it sounds great.
Yeah.
But the way, when clients ask me why I'm here, I say to them, when I'm in England, I feel 10 years older than I am. And when I'm here, I feel 10 years younger than I am. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that feeling? And that's the way I define it. Life is just better here. I think people think, I'll change locations, I'll move to Marbella, all the problems in life will go away. No, there's still problems, there's still bad days and things happen. But I'd rather have a bad day here than a bad day back in the UK. That's at least the sun's shining. At least you can go for a walk on the promenade. So you mentioned it. Let's talk about our competitors. So if someone's sitting there in rainy Wirral or Manchester or wherever, and they think, right, I want to change my life, where will they be thinking? They'll be thinking Marbella, hopefully. Where else will they be thinking of? What else can match this place? You've got a lot of international experience.
Yeah.
Where do you think people would be looking as a destination to spend quality time?
Yeah, to live, they don't really have Marbella in the radar. So they need to come here. They see how awesome is this, and they might consider. But if not, you don't have it in your radar. I mean, you're American. You're looking in Mexico to buy something nice in Mexico, or you're Canadian, or you're thinking going to Dubai and have the bling life. But Marbella is until you discover it. It happens all the time that people say, I knew that Puente Romano and Marbella was good, but not that good. It's like, this is awesome. Why don't you tell the story better?
So do you find that people are surprised?
They're surprised.
Pleasantly surprised.
Every single time.
And what is it? I know I'm probably asking for something that can't be defined, but is it just a range of things, like Roger said, the quality, the service, the amazing places, the amazing restaurants?
It does. For example, I will talk about the hospitality part, like the hotel. You come to the hotel, you stay here with this amazing weather. A guest told me the other day, I took the plane at 7:30 from Copenhagen. It was -5, and we were in the Chiringuito. I was with his shorts, and it was 1 o'clock. It changed my life. But for them, what they see is that you have everything available. You have the lifestyle. So you are in a hotel that you can go to world-class restaurants walking. Imagine London, if you want to go today to Koya, tomorrow to Cipriani, the next day to Novo. That's 500 pounds in taxis and 1 hour each way, and you have it there, and you can go walking, right? So you have everything, and then you go to play tennis, and then you go. So you have everything in one, and it makes them so easy, because these guests, the ultra wealthy guests, they have money, but they don't really have time. So if you have 15 days with the family, you want to really get everything from those 15 days.
I guess with you in your role, you see tourists mainly. You see people who come on holiday for a weekend or a week or 2 weeks. Roger, what do you think makes people commit to living here? What is, is it just, obviously there's different people come here, families, couples.
Yeah.
And it's fine to come on holiday, isn't it, for a week? We can all fall in love with a place when we're here for a week. Everything's like, oh, lovely, lovely. And we always see the nice places. But to actually commit to living here, it's a big decision. What is it that's driving people to live here?
Again, returning to the overall quality of life, safety, security, school systems, etc. And I've noticed something. I've been operating in the villa segment, but even years before COVID, I noticed tech entrepreneurs that left whatever home country, often Scandinavia, because they're early on when it comes to tech, moved somewhere, a tax haven, built up businesses and companies, and then they got kids. Where in the world should we raise our kids? And the world's their oyster, right? They can work from wherever. So even in 2016, 17, 18, 19, we saw a lot of these wealthy families with young kids relocating just because of that sort of overall quality of life, quality of education, and a place where you can safely raise your kids and stay for a long term. So we started to see that, and these were they were early birds that were able to bring their business from where they chose to live. And then obviously after COVID, that was propelled forward, where a lot more people can now work remotely or move their office. And we see a lot of businesses now opening up in Costa del Sol, seeing that we need to offer our employees a better quality of life. We can increase salaries to some extent, but that's not going to make the sunshine. So we need to open up an office on the Costa del Sol, Google in Malaga, the Vodafone coming, and several other big actors that are also competing, not just with salaries to win the best employees, but also the quality of life.
So I guess in terms of your split of clients, I'm guessing like me, many years ago it was holiday homes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's some rental investment.
Yeah.
What is it now? Is it mainly permanent living?
Yeah, that's interesting, because before Lehman, I would say people made money later in life. So that was mainly people retired, buying holiday homes, lock up and leave, play golf, that's it. But After COVID, when market started up again, I would say my client, let's say the average sale that I've been doing for the last years has been around 5 million. We're talking about villas mainly. So that's the segment that I can speak for. But the average client there is between 30 and 50 years old. They have 2.2 kids. And about half of them are moving here, relocating here. So one of the criterias in their property search is close a school of their preference.
Yeah.
And which is also interesting on the property market, because I believe and I feel the holiday home market kind of tend to rotate back in the market again. Let's say people buy a holiday home, they stick with it for 3-4 years. They're not leaving Marbella, they're just upgrading or getting closer to the beach, and that rotates back in the market. Great for us agents. We can sell the same home every 3-4 years. But obviously with the families that root with small kids close to the school and they're going to be in that school for 15 years, the likeliness for that property to rotate back into the market again is much lower, which again adds on to the supply problem. But that's a different podcast, like I said.
Javier, what about you? What have you noticed a shift in your client base, your buyer base, in terms of why they're buying here?
Well, the thing is that if you live in Europe, I mean, if you live in the States or in Asia, there's another, it could be other options. But if you live in Europe and you want to have a good quality of life, good weather, which countries can you choose? So I think that Marbella and Spain is one of the first options. So you took it, no? You probably compare yourself, where should be in the south of France, should I be in Italy? So in Marbella, we have all these people saying, okay, we are 2 hours 40 flight, and we are here in the paradise. So why should I go somewhere else? If you're thinking to go to Miami, Florida, you're gonna take like 8 hours flight and lag and all that. So Marbella, it covers a lot of the tasks that people are looking for.
Correct.
We had people that started to come here on holidays, and they just fell in love with the place, and that holiday for a week started to be 15 days, and then they buy the house, then there is 3 months, and they stay the maximum. They could stay in Spain until the tax office doesn't knock at the door.
Correct.
Yeah. So this is 100%. If we are more tax friendly, we will have much more clientele coming over, or people that choosing Spain to live all year round. But right now we have that gap that people are staying here and are doing like a mix between their own country or other countries and Spain. But many of them, as Roger had said, come over here because of the quality of life, the good school, the health, good connection with the airport. And they leave their family with their kids, because we also have the best schools in Spain. So if you want to go to a British school, you want an international school, to a French school, you got them here, the choice. Yeah. And even the clients wanted to be close to the school. Come on, what is close in Marbella?
Yeah.
What is it, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? What is 15 minutes in London, in Rome, in Berlin? That's getting out of your house.
Yeah.
Just touching on our competitors then, because obviously we're not a tax haven. We're quite highly taxed, I think. Obviously there's some nice visa products for people at the moment, but everyone else is kind of taxed to the hilt. So we're not a tax haven. So we're not attracting people just to have a cheap way of life. Whereas you go to Dubai and it's 10% tax or something like that. So I'm not very well traveled, I must admit. I don't get out much. But you guys have been around, particularly you spend a lot of time in Dubai. Would you choose Dubai over Marbella as a destination to live? Or is it a holiday place?
So Dubai is an amazing place to live. I was there for 12 years. My kids were born there. When I bought property, it was a 0% tax, zero income tax. So life is great. It is great to live there. And now they extended the visa. Before you could be only when you have a working visa, you finish your work, you have 1 month to get out. And now you can get the golden visa for 10 years. So they made things easy. But the quality of life has nothing to compare. I mean, Marbella is a million times better. There is hectic, too much, it's too crowded, there's too much competition, everything is kind of fake, let's say. You're in a fake life, right? Artificial life. You don't compare, do I live? Okay, I can live in Dubai because I'm opening my business, I want to make a lot of money, but then you are just looking to get away. I don't know anybody who stayed there.
Yeah, if I can say, I have a friend that lives in Dubai and he comes here quite often. I saw him that day and he came to me and said, how you cannot believe the air you have here when you breathe, the food you have. If you compare it to Dubai, when you have all this dust, well, all the food that is very high and quality, but they bring food from every other country, so we have everything here. And I told him, well, I do believe what we have here. I know what we have here. That's why we live here.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because that's the feedback I've been getting from my clients, is that Dubai is great for holidays. It might even be great for 2 or 3 years, wow, but actually it's not a place that they ever feel they can call home.
It happened to me with my kids. I mean, they were born there, and when they were 5, 6, we went to Madrid, and we were walking around Madrid. And of course, if you go to a Tuesday in Madrid, who is walking in the streets? You have a lot of old people. And they were like looking at them like they were aliens. What happens? Because in Dubai, at 60, you have to get out. There's nobody, and the population maybe is 10% of the locals, or 2%, and the rest are out. So there's no old people there. So my kids were like, oh, morning, this one, so many grandpas and grandmas. that's the reality. So nobody, you don't compete to live there, to create a life there. No, you were there for business. That's it.
Yeah.
Where else would you say is competing with Marbella at the moment? We've got south of France, which is kind of, from a publicity point of view, it seems to be taking a backward step, but you say it's still quite active.
It's very active. I mean, all my friends are going there on vacation. It's coming up to the level that everyone wanted to be there. But again, the season, it's very small. So you rather go there for vacation, or you have a summer home. Yeah. But you cannot go there in October, November with a nice weather. You do have it here. They also have, we competing to the south of France. We have the Formula 1, you have the Cannes Festival. You have a lot of things that maybe enforce that area. But again, we have better weather all year round.
Correct.
I mean, south of France is beautiful, but you can be here more time.
Yeah. Because it always used to be Saint-Tropez against Marbella, didn't it? It always used to be the two names on the Mediterranean, and all I hear now is Marbella. And a phrase that I coined was the California of Europe. And we've been getting a lot of American clients over the last few years since COVID. I think they've been a little bit disillusioned with the politics in the States and the fact it's not a particularly safe place, or they don't perceive it as a safe place to bring up their families. So a lot of them are looking at Europe, and they tend to look at cities, don't they? But then they tend to find Marbella.
Yeah.
And a lot of the American clients that I have, they look around and just go, this is Southern California. And so we've had the name California of Europe, which I think is a great bit of branding, actually, because it's a very strong thing, isn't it? Do you agree with that? I mean, do you think it's got similarities?
Well, I've been in California a few times, and when you're over there, the lights and the landscape and everything, it's very similar to Marbella, weather-wise as well. I mean, obviously it's U.S., so you have all the U.S., we call it things, the restaurants are different. The way they live are actually much more different than we live. The way that we go out to have a coffee or to go for dinner, well, there everything is, the distance are very, very large. So you have to get in your car, you have to be at least 40 minutes to get one point to another.
Yeah.
But yes, the quality of the weather, it's very similar. So, but we better.
Yeah. Do you know what I love about Marbella is it's so cosmopolitan. There's so many nationalities. It's like a melting pot of cultures and ages, and it shouldn't work, because you would think, particularly with the way the world's going now, you think everyone would have their own little place, but this place seems to be one of the few places in the world where everyone just gets along. Everyone's here for a reason, but it doesn't matter what it is. I love the fact that this place, I think this is from the Spanish heritage, there's a great respect for families, young and old. And again, that's being lost in a lot of other places. So I think people just feel like they're embraced into this very cosmopolitan mix, which is lovely, I think.
Yeah, also I think that people, when they come to Marbella, they feel that they are not foreigners. Yeah. Because people treat everyone the same way. In Swedish, Madrid, German, Swiss, we all live together.
Yep.
As a big family. Correct. No one feels like it's a foreigner, or people will speak you wrong, or no. They're very, very extremely friendly. Well, other countries have their own way of treating people.
I feel that the locals have set the tone of being that hospitality, friendly, welcoming way. So I believe that the local Spanish have set the tone for how the rest of us behave. And now we are 153 different nationalities, I believe, resident in Marbella, which is phenomenal. And like you say, we all get along, we're curious about each other, and it also creates a fantastic networking hub. Wow. Because there's a lot of entrepreneurs here that are in different businesses that meet on the paddle tennis court or on the golf courses, and people are still active in that. And interesting things are happening. The pool here, the co-working space here is a great example of that, for example.
Absolutely. I just want to talk about the flight of money that's come here since COVID, really. There's been a huge amount of, you're dealing in that market, probably both of you more than I am. And we're seeing a huge amount of wealth. People are choosing Marbella to move with their families. Is that all because of the Puente Romano?
I think so. That's what we started.
No, but because I think the Puente Romano is responsible for creating a destination, isn't it? You'll be able to tell me more than I can shed light on, but it's become this, not a monster, that's the wrong word, but this incredible place. You both have offices, yours is pretty much in the Puente Romano, yours is opposite. So, it's an incredible destination. The Golden Mile has become this amazing place. You might not be able to answer this, but was it the intention of the owners of the Puente Romano to create such an incredible place, or has it happened off the back of the money that's come in?
No, there was a plan. And the plan worked, and everybody's effort to operate that dream of the owner and do it in an incredible way. From the pandemic, what we have seen is when everybody was closed, the owner of Puente Romano was investing in upgrading the hotel. I remember other hotels. When I came to meet the owner, I was coming from Ibiza where everything was closed, and I came here. It was open and everything was ready, and the parties. I couldn't believe I just came for a 30-minute flight, and so invested, and we were the first to reopen. And it was at that moment where we said, okay, let's go now. One step higher or two steps higher is when we started to bring the international brands. So we always say, let's go to let's bring Koya, let's go to Priani, and Puente Romano. We did it over restaurants that they were already working. So any other owner say, how am I going to close this restaurant, which is mine, and it works perfectly well, because we had a vision to upgrade it, no? And then we brought Gaia, and then we brought, so it's always upgrading, okay? And we saw that that's what the guest wants, the guest want innovation, they want new things, they are ready to spend. Everybody has increased their rates, but now they're smarter in the way they increase. We were talking, Javier and myself, when we were coming here, that middle hotels average hotels, they're charging 400, 500 euros. And they're not doing that well because you are not ready to spend that for an average hotel. You are ready to pay over 1,000 euros, but you want a super experience, super quality experience. And that's, we are still pushing high, and the season seems incredibly well. And the feedback we have is that it's going to continue in our luxury world, right? Here, we don't compete, we just compete with our sister property, Marbella Club. And destinations that we're saying, South France is doing incredibly well. In Spain now, Mallorca is doing well. You have the new Four Seasons Mandarin coming. And south of Italy not doing that well. Either Mykonos went down. Yeah?
I think, obviously, the great thing about Puente Romano, Marbella Club is that amazing if you're staying there. Wow, what a place to stay. But isn't it great for us locals? If we have that to go to on a Friday night or it's Sunday lunch.
Just 90%, 85% of our customers are us, the residents of Marbella, and the tourists.
Yeah.
So could you imagine filling 23 restaurants and bars with 267 rooms?
Of course.
They don't need that much. No, they're hungry, but not that much.
They will be happy to get a table.
They have to compete with us. Yeah, absolutely. It was one of our challenges is that we have to guarantee that you're paying 2,500 euros for the room and make sure that you get a table, right? Of course. Otherwise, it will be you guys taking the table there. Yeah. So imagine we have 5,000 people coming every single day in high season. Every single night, we know 5,000 people will come. Wow.
Incredible.
I'm not even going to ask you how much they spend, but I bet it's an incredible figure. And
how many staff, how many employees do you think we have in Puente Romano?
No idea, because I don't know.
Do you know? I really want to know. How many employees do you have?
It's got to be hundreds.
1,800 employees. I always say I'm not the GM of the hotel, I'm the mayor of the little town called Puente Romano. It's a town.
Yeah, when you see Puente Romano, people see that it's 5,000 people, restaurants are full, and blah, 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 and all this, which is fantastic. But then you have to see the other side of the story. 1,800 employees.
Yeah.
Where do you find them for a start?
And and running costs of that must, it's
Yeah.
So is that why
big.
pizzas are 30 euros a go?
That's the cheapest.
Anyway, there's a cipriani pizza of 75 euros, right?
Well, listen, I was now in Paris and there's a pizza for 70 euros.
Yeah.
Well, it happened to us as one of the journalists that came when Cipriani opened. He said, oh, fantastic restaurant, amazing, but he had to put a push line or that like, but a ridiculous 75 euros truffle pizza. He put it in El País, and of course the comments of the haters, oh, this pizza, blah, blah, blah. You know, it was fantastic publicity. People were coming, I want to try truffle pizza. Because I want to know what is 75 euros truffle pizza is. Just like,
Oh, the 30 euros ice cream.
Yeah, true.
It's interesting though, isn't it?
And probably it's the most sell item, no?
one of the most.
Wow. I'd like to add on to that. Puente Romano being one of the leading stars in leveling up the experience of Marbella, the quality, and always tweaking and always improving. But I would say in the last 5-10 years, we've seen a lot of improvements also from Marbella Town Hall. We can't forget the promenade, the beach walk that we have. That wasn't existed. It wasn't. It was parts of it, and they're now tying together the whole coastline, which is that has added another dimension to Marbella. Walking, cycling, it's world class now, which also then competes with the French Riviera, because we didn't have that. And then obviously there are, on the property side, I would say there are a very good trend that's been going on for several years, where there's a healthy competition between developers on who builds the best home. And there's a competition in qualities and how do we build better? How do we provide a better product? And we do deal with buyers, people that are moving here that have very high expectations. So if the products exist, they'll come.
Yeah.
So there are several pieces of this pie here that all increases the overall experience of Marbella.
It's the demand. Clients are requesting us the higher quality possible. They want to come here, they sold their business, and they want to spend their time in Marbella, and they want the best of the best.
Yeah.
And this is what we try to provide them.
Correct. Yeah.
And I think that influx of wealth and the facilities that are now available has created this year-round destination, hasn't it? I mean, it used to be the case that you could rely on November, December, January, February being 4 very quiet months. We all thought, oh, lovely.
Yeah.
And now it's left. But now it's kind of all year, and we still get the traffic, we still get I'm sure I'm sure occupancy rates aren't as high as they are in the summer, but it's still very healthy.
Season has extended. I mean, as an example, Valentine's Day, 3 years ago, it was a very quiet day. You might get some people coming to Sigrid, some people coming to Enobu. It was a quiet day. Last Friday was Valentine's Day. There was not a single table in any of the restaurants in Puente Romano. It was full, it was like summer, so it changed, and we were, I think today we're 90% occupancy. It was February. Right?
Wow.
We still have the low season, which is January and December, except Christmas, but the season has extended. So now it's almost for us, April to end of October is high season.
So, Gonzalo, what's Puente Romano's plans moving forward then? Just to finish off, the next 5-10 years, is there a plan to expand? I mean, I guess they can't really expand, but another site somewhere, or do you see it carrying on?
Yeah, we keep expanding. I mean, we just opened last year Chambao, a beach club close to us, and we're opening now a new restaurant within the resort. What we'll do, because we don't have much space, there's another world-class restaurant coming in the next 1 or 2 years. We will start refurbishing the rooms as well, to upgrading rooms every single time, because we keep increasing our rates and increasing the experience. And within Marbella, we are also into the villas business. So now we have villas outside of the resort.
Okay.
That go at a very nice rate of 28,000 a night, including breakfast. So nice enough to put breakfast in the rate. And they sell very well. So
It's a lot to offer,
So we are getting villas outside because we see the demand of villas outside of the resort. That the guests want the experience of Puente Romano in the privacy of your villa. No, so you have a villa like Villa Serrana, you know it well that you are there, and you have a 6 spa in the villa. You can have the DJ of the plaza tomorrow playing for you in your villa. You can have a chef of Cipriani. So you're in your villa, but you have your Puente Romano experience.
That is great.
There's even a beach club with Sunday within the villa.
Wow.
Incredible.
I'm going to come to you last, but before I do, Roger, is there anything that we should be worried about in Marbella moving forward over the next 5 years? Is there a danger that this place just becomes too amazing and that it starts eating itself from within, or what? You know, is there something that worries you when you go to bed at night?
Not really worrying me, but I would wish that the town hall would look at the traffic situation more seriously.
Agreed.
Open up the toll road between Marbella and Estepona. I think that would ease a lot on the coastal road, because we've got summer traffic all year round.
Yeah.
So that's one of the beauties, that we have 10 minutes to everything, you know. But if we get...
If it becomes 20 minutes, we're going to be really annoyed, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. This has to be drawn a line somewhere. And
Roger for mayor.
no, and the other thing, you know, I feel that when it comes to security, feels like not just Marbella, but Spain actually takes a grip on that. We saw last summer it was police everywhere, because I guess they saw some sort of increase in crime, so they took action. There was police everywhere you turned, you know, which is good as long as they keep handling it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I think with the crime thing, I think obviously there's crime everywhere, and I think Marbella always gets the headlines when anything happens, doesn't it? Because it's a great headline. You know,
Yeah.
Somebody shot at paradise. You know, oh wow. But I think when you get more people and when you get more money, there's always more crime. It's just the way it is. That's from an ex-criminal lawyer.
There you go.
So I'm going to finish off with you because you're the native. What's the word for someone from Marbella? Marbella. Okay. What do you see moving forward the next 5 or 10 years? Will you still be here? You're not going to take your kids off to Dubai?
No. Well, maybe they will. Actually, my oldest is in Dubai. Anyway, but my concern would be also, well, not the traffic, yes, but all the infrastructure, how we're going to handle the new people coming to live here, because we're expecting a lot of people to come over. So we need to find this and to make this easy city to move around. With the LPA, you know that we have several meetings with the town hall and they're working on it. So I think that is something that we really, really have to concentrate on it, because we are not ready to be 1 hour in the car from one point to another. And another thing that really concerns me is that the prices, we're going every day, we're going a little bit higher. So I don't want to see the market to a point that just the property is just too high to afford or to make people to go to or think about other destinations. So we are offering the best of the best, but we have to be on a certain level that what we offer is what it really, the value of what you're getting.
Yep.
Obviously, if you compare it to the south of France, you go to Miami, or the prices are much higher than in Marbella, but also they offer other things. So my concern is that we have to still offer people good quality homes, not on a reasonable price, but not going like crazy.
Yeah. I think the nice thing to see would be steady growth. We don't really want it to be no. And I guess, you know, the reason the prices have been going up, particularly since COVID, is the fact that demand is there. There's a huge demand. And obviously, if you're a developer and you can get 500,000 euros for an apartment and not 300,000, you're going to price it at 500,000, aren't you? So I think whilst the demand is still there, we've either got to expect prices to go up in the consolidated areas, or people are going to have to look at maybe further along the coast or up in the hills, where there might be little pockets of value. I don't know. It's an interesting one. I think that's what's going to face us over the next 5 years or so. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, wherever you may be in the world. And thanks to Javier, Gonzalo, and Roger for taking the time to come here and talk to us and give us their opinions about Marbella. For me, till the next time, goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.